All right, lads, welcome back to me podcast, Cheaper Than Therapy. Any emails, any comments, concerns, send it to me Instagram page at Mick Thomas Comedy. You'll have to excuse the, I don't have any regular equipment with me, so you'll have to excuse the quality and also excuse my Wexford accent, so which is very, very strong, or thick, as they would say now, back here in Wexford. To answer a lot of questions about emails, a lot of people be asking me, are you going to have any guests on there? Come on. And I never ever intended to have any guests on the show. And but I said, sure, fuck it. Why not have somebody who doesn't want to be famous? Because that's all podcasts are. People just want to be famous, want to get their name out there. So this, my very, very, very first guest ever on this podcast, for all the thousands of listeners that I've had, is the first guest ever. And I've had a lot of people who want to be on it, but I said, nope, let me go with somebody who really doesn't want to be on it whatsoever and just wants to is only doing me a favour, apart from letting me live in his house for a week. Now he's got to be on this bullshit. So my first guest is my very best friend from Wexford, Tommy Farrell. All right, Tommy.
Heidi ho.
That's it, Heidi ho. So, Tommy, we've been friends for now, how old, 16?
Can I just say first,
go on.
I didn't want to do this, like. But €20 on a pack of Maltesers, like, good bribe. That's the only reason I'm sitting out at this table.
That's all you want. Maltesers, by the way, are ecstasy. That's a code name over in Ireland for ecstasy. So, so Tommy's going on. So, what, 16? We were 16 when we met?
16 years of age, yeah.
In a supermarket.
That's right.
And you introduced me to shoplifting.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I did not.
16 years of age, try sitting a bit closer to that there in case it doesn't pick you up.
Okay.
I was just talking about this. I talked about this the other day, and I said, no, we'll talk about it in detail, because you were always like, I wanted to do stand up for a year. Right? We had the same thing in common, which was Billy Connolly, right? Everyone at our age is a fan of Billy Connolly. And I was the only one, like, out of a fucking shitload of funny people that actually wanted to go off and learn how to structure a joke. But you actually toured Ireland with me, I suppose, right? Cork, Belfast. Did we do something in Dublin, no? That time
you over? You did, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did, yeah. We did something with Mick Foley that time. And then we went to Wexford. Now, this is what we were talking about the other day. Like, I did really well, and I very really pat myself on the back. I did really well in all those places I travelled. I mean, for how many years ago was that now?
That's going back 5-6 years, at least.
I'd say close to 6 years. Actually, my sister was getting married to her around the same time. What was she?
I can't remember.
I can't remember too. Fuck, I'm all over the place. But I did well in all those towns: Cork, Dublin, Belfast, and I bombed in Wexford town. And we had this conversation with another friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours, Graham, and I made a comment that Irish people don't support each other. And he was really drunk and got into an argument with me about it. But I always wanted to ask this question, right? Because my family still make fun of it, but never give me a reason. Why did I bomb that night? And why do you think was the reason I bombed? And be honest now. So we'll go there.
Yeah, but I think I've told you this before. Like, it's just seeing all the faces in front of you, like your mum and dad and all the people you grew up with. I think that was it. It's just the pressure, absolute pressure of it all. Like.
But I didn't feel pressure on. I wasn't nervous.
Really?
Yeah, but I just want to know why.
You were absolutely shit that night.
But you came on tour like with me, so it was the same jokes.
I know, yeah.
So why didn't it go well?
I don't know. I can't understand it. Like, because Belfast was a brilliant night. Like, you actually tore that up, and everyone would stay behind to actually get your autograph and everything.
And then I come into Wexford, and I almost feel like people bought tickets to hate me. Like,
no.
It was like, I'm gonna go fucking hate this guy. I'm gonna spend €20 on a ticket and I'm just going to yell at this fella.
No one does that.
But then you said something to me last night. We started to talk about it, and you said you and Graham, which is the drunk fella we were talking about earlier, said, come here, let me tell you. What was that again? About, like, I don't remember what that was.
Yeah, so after the gig, like, you stayed back to say your goodbyes and get paid and whatnot, and we went over to the Thomas More pub. And then you came in, and the first person to meet you was Graham. Graham's closest to the door, and he pulled you over and said, come here, Mick, and I tell you where you went wrong. And then I had to pull Graham away and say, that's not what he wants to hear right now. Like, the chap's devastated. Like, leave it for a couple of days, will you?
But I'm still looking for what you think went wrong.
I just think, honestly think, it's just seeing the faces straight in front of you. Like, your mum and dad don't fly, they've never been over to see you do stand up, and your whole family, extended family, friends, people you grew up with, like, they're all there that night, like, yeah. I'd say the pressure must have been unreal. Like, I know you say you weren't under pressure, but it had to be.
Yeah, I actually wanted to MC that show and then let Laurie Palmentary and Tim Gage kind of just run with the show, and I was just going to kind of host it.
Actually, Tim was really good that night.
Tim was great.
He saved the night either.
Tim was worth the admission.
Only for that they would have burnt the place down.
But I remember when into my dad, he was at the bar that night, and it was just fucking typical reason, like, you know, like a typical boy looking for approval from his dad. It's almost like when you remember you paint a picture or something, you go home from school and you just go, look, I painted that, and you're waiting for
exactly
your dad to go, well, what do you think of that? Geez, that's great, son. And all he said was we were shoulder to shoulder at the bar because we couldn't look at each other, and he was, you shouldn't have said that about your son. I was like, fuck, that was it. That's all he said about the show. You should have said that about your son, which means I was talking shit about a baby. So that was that was a rough night, man. I mean I really don't care because like comedians bomb all the time.
Yeah, but you learn from it.
But I've talked to a bunch of comics in America, and they all said, Jesus, never go back to your hometown. So I think I don't know if that's universal, like it's like about going back to your hometown.
It probably is, because there's begrudgers everywhere.
It is, isn't it? Begrudging cunts.
But I still don't think anyone was there to see you fail that night. I don't think so.
I don't know. I think they were. I'll be honest with you now. I think they were. But so just coming back into the town, like Wexford town, since we went for a walk yesterday and we were driving around, like I said, just amazing how much the town like hasn't changed. Like, but people have aged like shit. Like shit. Like,
don't be naming names there.
No, I'm not gonna name names. I don't hear any of that. People fucking writing in and going or calling in or beating you up because I leave here tomorrow. People trying to exit you. But that's another thing. Why do they all age like shit? Like all of them. Even the people who were younger than us when we were like young lads.
I know.
They look like 60 years old. Is there something in the Wexford water?
I don't know. I don't understand it myself. We've all aged like a fine wine.
Yeah,
beautiful creatures that we are.
I said the other day, someone came up and just picked my ride, just like we were falling apart, and then all of a sudden, they pull all up. You know where I was today? I didn't tell you this. I was driving down with my brother and his son, my nephew, and we're down in Rosslare and looking at this seal that comes up to everybody, right? Yeah. Sammy the Seal, and which is fucking a weak name. Like, just no creativity.
Is, yeah.
Right? No creativity. And I drove by Bogarts.
Is it still there?
It's still there. Like, it's not called Bogarts anymore, but it's the same shape. There was no... Bogarts was a nightclub that we used to go to when we were, 16, 17? Yeah, because remember you had to get fake ID and lie about getting in. Remember the jumper switch and all that stuff?
The things we used to do to get into that place.
It was like that place in Cork, remember that night? When I couldn't get in.
Oh, God. There's memories.
Tell him.
I don't remember.
There's memories I don't remember. But I remember in Bogart, we all worked in a supermarket together. There's a whole bunch of us. And we took a bus down every Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It wasn't open Fridays, was it?
It's about 20 kilometres or 16, 17 miles away, I suppose.
Yeah, so we all took a bus down. And same bus, same people. And then you go in, it was the spot in Wexford that everyone you just had to go there to get into it. And I used to always have, I suppose, my baby face, I used to always have problems with getting in. But remember you go in, I was talking about that, and then the beach was right there, so if you met a girl,
oh yeah,
and then you go into the beach to, you had like the shifter.
Just to hold hands, what are you talking about?
Hold hands.
You animal.
Shift, by the way, means rape. No, that means...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Just go and make out with her, kiss her, shift her. That's what I mean, just to shift her.
Yeah.
And I was saying to my brother today, and you go down there like, she's like, I'll say something dirty to me. All right, I have to get back to my bus. Because remember, you'd be left behind if you didn't get back in time for your bus.
That's right. Yeah.
Then you have to get how much was a taxi back?
I think lads actually walked the whole distance. Sure, Graham and Tommy did that one night. They walked along the train tracks. Took them a couple of hours.
Oh, like Stand By Me.
Yeah, but in the middle of the night.
Do you remember? I don't want to mention any names. Do you remember your man who wanted to get a free ride on the train down?
Oh, don't.
And he jumped on the train and he thought he wanted to go in for a good dance, and he fell under the train and he lost both legs and one arm.
Yeah.
Remember that? Ironically, he was wanting to go dancing, which I think is
You're going hell. Straight to hell.
Do you remember that though? That was all.
I forgot about that guy completely, actually.
And he was a prick too.
Yeah, he wasn't the best of guys.
Right? And so it was a kind of not that I believe in karma in any way, but
I'm trying to think of his name now.
I know his name, but I don't want to say it because
Okay.
he's only getting begins.
Alright, I'll start saying the alphabet. When his first letter comes up in his name, you say
fairly early on the alphabet now. It's within the first 4.
Alright. Okay.
And then I nod when you get to it.
Alright, I think I remember.
You already know what it is.
Yeah.
But do you remember? I don't know. Was it you that told me? Because he was like one of the worst people in the town, like for bullying, for beating people up. And then, like, it all came around. Was it you that told me that was at the bottom of Summer Hill, which is a really big hill, he wanted to push up, and there's someone at the air of his tires of his wheelchair?
I've heard that story. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know who told me that. And
I'm just surprised, like.
and then all of a sudden people are like, oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Like, you don't fucking know what this fella did.
True.
What this fella did to people, man. But anyway, so we're going to Bogarts, and you were always... I always remember you were always, because I was an ugly person growing up, right? Before I moved.
Stop it.
And American people don't understand that, because Americans think I'm gorgeous. And because I went to America, they got me teeth all fixed and all that stuff, right? Lost a bit of weight and all that. And but I remember you
Still
were
got
always...
nothing done with your shoulders, though.
Yeah, I know. Still.
Shoulders.
No shoulders. Just put a t-shirt on and just fall right around me. Like a hula hoop shirt. And but I just always remember, the girls always loved you, though.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. There's no time for modesty on this now.
I'm modest out.
I used to love it though, man. I used to always watch Tommy Farrell get the girls, and I was just like, God damn it, one day. And I remember this one, I was looking at this the other day, because someone asked me about, do you have any of your fights on tape? And I never did have like any, I never recorded any fights, but remember one time we were down at the Taba Hotel, there were these fights, and I asked you to hold the camera, and I was... And I wanted to post it online because like I'm flabby in it, because I was coming back like from just being a fat fuck.
Right.
And I want to post it, but you're holding the camera, and all you can see is like during the middle of the fight, instead of you looking with your eyes at this girl walking by, like you turn the whole camera and just zoom in on her tits and ass. So all of a sudden, like I'm in this comeback fight of my life here, right? Getting killed or killing fellas, however the fight went. And all of a sudden I was like, alright, I'm going to watch this technique now, see what I did here. I see the camera, just this girl walking by the ring with a drink in her hand, and Tommy's just going like right down her shirt. I was like, how do you not separate both of those?
I don't remember that.
The thing about the one thing I noticed about like growing up in this town too was like that the pranks. Remember we used to work in a certain supermarket?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. I remember that night I was bombing on stage and I was just clutching the straws to try to talk about something, because I ran through 45 minutes of material in 20 minutes because I was bombing. And like normally you like just take this material and stretch it out. I was like, do you remember time at the supermarket? Like just started naming random people that the rest of the audience didn't know.
Yeah.
But
awful time.
we used to, what we were talking about last night, remember like about
the taxi cabs.
it was every half hour, wasn't it?
Was it?
I think it was every half hour someone else came up.
I thought they all came at once.
No, I think it was every half hour to keep him up. Just tell that story there.
Yeah, so we were up in Mick's house one night, and there's a certain neighbour that Mick doesn't get on with, so we came up with a genius idea to ring a load of taxi ranks around town.
It was 8 of them, right? It was like 8 taxi ranks.
Ordered 8 different taxis that come every half hour. And we just sat in the front window and watched them all pull up after every half hour and watch war ensue.
And this went on till like all hours in the morning, right? And it was like, it started at like, I think it was almost... How did we end up at my house? Because my house was never a place to go after a night out.
I don't think we even were out that night. Like, it was just hanging out.
Maybe Matt's house thought that would be a place. Like that's the weird thing about your memory too. Like you look back at it, like Jesus, like my Matt's house wouldn't have been a good place to hang around at all.
It happened.
It happened.
Yeah, maybe she was out for a night or something. I don't know.
You what?
Maybe she was out.
No, that's not like either. But yeah, so just like walking around the town, man, it's like it's like the whole town is gorgeous, but the one thing that I seem to have a problem with Wexford town is like it's very Americanized, which is fucking... It's strange though. I mean, and I love America, I love it, but that's why I like coming back to Ireland, because it's like it gives you a break from it.
It's a sad sight, it really is.
It is though, but it gives you a break from it, right? But then when you come back, it's like it's almost like the sayings, like they try to adapt American culture into talk.
It is. It's just young people are just watching too much American TV.
Like what?
I don't know. I'm not that young anymore.
But it's not.
Must be like it's the Kardashians and stuff like that. Like they're rubbing off on people over here now.
Yeah, but it's not even though. It's not even like that they're themselves, like, you know, what they're saying. Like, I get, because I was like thinking about that the other day, because like, yeah, recently, like in America, in the last few years, like the words like lit, oh, that lit, you're not woke, you know what I mean, all that kind of shit talking. And I was like,
I don't even know what that means.
I guess lit means good, right? Or that, you know, went to the cinema, how's the film? Always lit. Like, yeah, right? And, or the other thing was like, another thing that Irish people adopted too was like, was Kobe, right? They would say that before they threw something. Like, that was big in America, like all kids would do it. And this is before, by the way, this podcast is recorded after Kobe Bryant died. So I don't think I'm making fun of Kobe or anything, but it was a real thing. I would watch all these kids, like, then I would see grown men do it back in the States. Like, if you had a bin over there, let's say, and you wanted to throw something in it, you would just go, Kobe, and you would throw it. I saw if it went in or if it didn't. So I was thinking about this the other day too, was like how words have evolved. But then I was thinking, like, what was it like probably for old people sitting at the bar, like, and people from like groovy man, like maybe lit and woke is all that is our groovy, or what do we used to say?
Oh God, I
Desh.
It
was Desh.
But you're dead right though. Like, we're becoming old now. Like, we're going to be listening to people talking and not having a clue what they're talking about.
Yeah, we're complaining about it already. Yeah. So we're already like, but that's the thing too though. Like, it's like you were saying last night. It was like that scene in Casino. We went out to an old haunt of ours. Is that the new place in town, or is the most popular place?
It is the most popular, yeah.
Which was empty, right?
Empty-ish, yeah.
But the three of us sat in the corner. The three of us just sat in the corner, and it was just like, it's fucking. There was just none of us were talking to each other. We're watching the Brexit countdown, and then all of a sudden, when there was like that line in Joe Pesci in Casino.
Yeah.
See, we're having fun. We're having fun. See. But the way the town has become like Americanized too, like it's bad. Everyone dresses the same. Like, and everyone, like, the town is too small. Like, I get when fashions come into play, right? But the town is too small for everyone to have the same fashion. Everyone's like a fucking clone.
Yeah, that's why I love living in Dublin, because you could wear what you want and no one would look twice at you. Whereas you can't do that down here because people just jeer you.
Yeah, like I wore a hat and people were like double taking on it. Then I went into the hospital like with a hat on, and people were just looking at me like. And then someone told me there's some big drug lord in Dublin that gets photographed and he wears a hat just like that. I thought maybe shit is that what people.
I'd say a lot of people like that wear those kind of hats, alright.
Because some people were looking at me like I was wearing a fucking swastika on my arm. But some people were looking at me and I was like, oh Jesus Christ, what's going on here? Do I just look like a tool with a hat on? Or there
is that too, though.
There is that too.
Funny how I could say it. Yeah, like a right tool.
A right tool. The one thing I did notice though, about the driving situation, because I'm not going into my whole story again. What happened to my heart? I rented a car. I returned it a few
Boring.
days. Yeah, right. Says everybody else. And the stickers. I remember when I was learning to drive. Right, you had in America, I guess you would call it a learner's permit. What do they call it here? Provisional license.
Provisional license.
Yeah, right. So you got a provisional license before, and the rules of a provisional license are, but they weren't enforced, were they?
Not really. No. I was very relaxed years ago, but now they've come down hard. You have to have a full driver with you at all times if you have a provisional license. And
what happens if you don't? What's the fine?
They take the car off you and you get
in. Get out.
Yeah, all they do. Yeah.
Fuck, really? Because I used to have I had the provisional license. Like, it was kind of one of those things like where they just like sure, go on, right? But you had a big learner sticker, which is probably a square foot, is it?
It is very big.
Big fucking L sticker on the front and the back, and most of the cars in Ireland are small. So if you put an L sticker on the back, it has. I don't know how that wasn't considered a hazard, right, on the back. And now the new thing is the big N, which is like the novice. Like, and that's what we were talking about the other day. Like, you fucking. And I saw someone drive today. I was coming down from wherever I was walking down, and I saw a car and one person had an L sticker and an N sticker on it.
Yeah.
And if you were a passenger seat, you're seeing nothing. Like, you can't drive around Ireland and not see the beautiful scenery, and it's just taken in with a big fucking L and an N. When did the N one come in?
God.
That'd be funny. It just says N on it, and it's just like the most racist sticker. It's just the most racist sticker.
I don't actually know how long it's been in. It has to be a good 4 or 5 years, I'd say.
But what's the purpose of it though? To let people know?
I think it's a bit of a scam. Like, cause once you do your test and you pass, you become a novice for 2 years. I think that's down to your insurance. If you're a provisional license, your insurance is very high. Now that you're a novice, it's still high. And then after 2 years, when the novice goes away, then you get normal insurance. It's a bit of a scam, that's all.
I was just saying to you, I think like the sticker company, you're in cahoots with them because you have to buy those stickers.
Yeah.
Isn't there a penalty if you don't have the sticker up?
I don't know that now.
And you can Google it out there, everybody. Like just the L sticker and the N sticker in Ireland. Does England have it?
I don't know that either. See, look at I've been a full driver for 25 years, like, so I don't pay attention to any of this anymore.
I don't even know if I got my full license. I'll be honest with you.
What?
I don't even know if I got my full license.
Well, it make a lot of sense, Daniel, because you're a very bad driver. Crash everywhere.
I've been in 14 crashes in America.
Jesus.
14.
Huh?
14 crashes in America. Oh, I'm better over here than I am over there.
Long story short,
go on.
Nick was driving us down to Cork for a weekend, and he had the smallest car ever.
It was brand new, by the way. I got it brand new.
Oh, well, it wasn't. Well,
it was new to
you.
Yeah. It was a 97, and I was probably about 2 or 3 or 4 years old. I think it was. No. Yeah, go on.
Anyhow, so came into Cork looking for a parking spot. There was.
Do you remember? I couldn't change the gear on the way down.
Oh, stop! Actually, we drove nearly the whole way to Cork in fourth gear
because I couldn't get into fifth.
Jesus, that was
So go on.
And you nearly knocked down an old woman who was crossing over a pedestrian crossing.
I did. I did remember that. Yeah. Do you remember the time we were driving back from Dublin on the dual carriageway or the Arklow bypass?
Arklow.
And it was raining, and all the cops were trying to get me to stop, and I just drove right through the puddle and drowned them.
It was so. The rain was so heavy that we couldn't see out through the windscreen. All we seen were all these flashing lights. We're like, what's this? Doing about 140 in a 100 zone. What's this? No slowing down. Like, just
that's
like
kilometres, by the way, everybody. So don't start panicking.
And we flew through the checkpoint. And we were shitting ourselves all the way back to Westford. Keep looking in the rear mirror, see if they're coming.
Do you know what I was thinking the other day too? Like that when I was like now that I'm older now, I have children. So everything now is about like getting home safe and all that stuff, right? And I remember just thinking like the way I drove home, like from when I used to work in supermarkets, and you'd be on like working, like you'd be on call because you're a trainee manager or whatever. So you have to go in at 2 a.m. You'd be driving from Arklow down, but just the speed I would take certain corners at, and I just think back into it. I'm fucking lucky to be alive.
Yeah.
You know, what's the procedure now? Because when I was in New York and I couldn't believe it, it took me. I was done my driving test in 15 minutes, right? And all I had to do was drive in a square, basically. And they gave me a license within 15 minutes. What's the full test here? How many times did you take it, by the way?
I got it first time.
Did you? Yeah. Mm-hmm. My brother got it in 3 times.
Actually, my 2 brothers as well got it first time.
Right, it's just...
And I know people who've been taking it 6-7 times or still haven't passed it.
And you have to pay for it every time, don't you?
Oh yeah,
and it's a 6-month list or something, isn't it?
Yeah. Long waiting list, yeah.
Do you remember when my brother... when he passed, I think on his 3rd time, he got a phone call from the test centre. Like apparently one of the testers that he went that failed him twice was under investigation, and they asked him about like how was he, and he's like, I don't think he was fair.
While I was waiting to do my test, I was sitting in the waiting room, and some guy was out before me, and he came in, did a perfect run, and as he was parking the car back in the car park of the test centre, he hit a bin, reversing and parking the car, and they failed him. Why
don't you explain to people, because and for me actually, I suppose at this stage I'm so out of it, like, because here's my driving test in New York, right, and this has always been my problem with driving in America, because how fucking easy is to get a license, right? The guy pulled out, I drove down, he goes, make a right down here, he heard my accent, and he goes, my sister married a fella from Galway, and I was like, oh really, yeah, and he started telling me when he came over for the wedding, and I was like, and I had to say it to him, I don't mean to interrupt you there, pal, but where do you want me to go now? He's like, oh yeah, just take a right. And then we got drunk and they don't have open bars over there. And I was like, okay, where do I go now? I don't mean to keep interrupting. He's like, oh yeah, just go over here. And then he said, all right, we're going to do parallel parking. So I lined up, and he goes, you lined up fine, you're good. And I was like, how the fuck can you trust someone with like a 3-ton weapon that you're driving down on these highways, right? You're surrounded by people like you're the fucking Blue Angels just flying down a highway, right? And you can judge if someone can drive that in 15 minutes, right? So what again? And I'm not just saying it's not just for the audience, but like for me now. Like, what's the full procedure from start to finish? Let's say you're, how old are you to be now to get a license?
Well, 16, I suppose.
16, right?
Was when I was back that age anyway.
Yeah. So start from start. Then what's the procedure for getting a license?
Well, it's been that long ago now. It's been so long now. It's just vague memories. Like, but you have your theory test anyway, which is very hard. Yeah. written theory
That's
test.
not multiple choice, right? You have to know the answer, right?
Yeah.
Because America was multiple choice. They go, what do you do here? Do you A, fucking give them the finger, B...
I think there is a couple of multiple choice, like, but there is some like where you have to know the answer. Definitely, yeah.
You have to write it out word for word, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. But the test itself is half an hour, I'd say. Driving around town, parallel parking, reverse parking, 3-point turn, everything they can think of, like that you will actually do.
Hill start.
Hill start, yeah, that's the tough
Right,
one.
you're not allowed to roll back how far? 6 inches or something?
Something like that, yeah. Parallel parking, you have to be 3 or 4 inches from the curb, I think.
The hill one, which a lot of people kind of fucking panic when I tell them, or they kind of go, really? Park on a really steep hill. It's usually the same one, isn't it? Down not too bad from where you are.
White Rock Hill.
Yeah, that's a fucking, like, that's a mountain. Like, it's like White Rock Mountain, it should be called.
It's steep, alright, yeah.
And then, like, you have to put the handbrake on, and then you can't roll back 6 inches, you have to take off.
Yeah.
Why there's cars flying around you too?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
And how long is that? Don't you now have to test? You have to be able to change the oil or check the oil.
Oh yeah, you have to know everything under the bonnet as well. You have to point and tell it. The
bonnet means hood.
Oh yeah.
For the Americans, that's
yeah,
all.
but you have to you have to know everything under the hood.
Oil change, isn't change a tire one of them now too?
Maybe, but everyone should know that anyway.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I can't understand how nobody knows how to change a tire.
That was one of my inventions, which I shouldn't say it here, but I said it years ago. I came up with all these inventions that never went anywhere, but then I saw some people like steal them, right? So, but one was the let's say this is like what's it called? Not Shark Tank. The Americans have Shark Tank. The Dragon's Den.
Oh, Dragon's Den, yes.
Right, where people go like pitch ideas, right? So just like Shark Tank. So here's my idea, right? Tell me what you think of this. You're the most honest person I know in relation to everything I do.
It's amazing.
It is, right? Yeah. I would like to invest 400,000. So I have two of them, right? First one, let me tell you how my mind works before I explain this one. I told you what happened about the magnets.
Yes.
Right? So I used to work at a bank and I had these name tags on which were magnets, and I sat in the lobby one day, I was bored, and I was trying to push the two magnets together. And I said, and this is going back 15 years since I lived in the States, first job at Bank of America. And I said, push them together. I said, wouldn't that be great if you put them on the bumpers of cars? No accidents, right? And everyone says, you fucking idiot, you, right? So then I listened to Joe Rogan recently, and Elon Musk, the inventor of the Tesla car, self-driving car, and he said, next year we're coming out with this car that's going to avoid, eventually in the future, is going to avoid fender benders. And Joe Rogan said, what is it? He goes, we're going to put magnets. Like that fucking, I could have sold that to him for a skip, or even got a percentage of it. I would have been a billionaire. Right now, you'd be sitting there talking to a billionaire. I mean, I wouldn't be talking to you anymore. Billionaire. It's like I'd move up in the world. But my other invention, right? And the name is funny. Once I say the name of it, people just don't take me seriously, right? So I'll tell you the name at the end of it. So if I say it up front, you just laugh.
Can you not think of a better name?
I'm kind of married to this one now. I'll be honest with you.
All right. Yeah.
I think if someone like at the Dragon's Den or Shark Tank said to me like, all right, we're giving you 500,000, but you have to change the name, like, I'm out. Right?
Lies. Lies. You would take that money and run.
So
follow whatever you want, Dragons.
Let me ask a question. Traffic. What's probably one of the biggest causes? Now you go to Dublin, you drive from Wexford to Dublin all the time, right? Or Kildare right outside Dublin. So what's probably one of, when you come to traffic jams, right? What's probably one of, in your experience, the biggest cause of traffic jams?
Rubbernecking.
Rubbernecking, right? Why is it? People are looking at accidents, right? So hear me out. You know when you go to a bank and have those ropes that pull out?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So envision one of those, right? They're about, 3 foot high? 3.5 foot high?
Right.
4 foot high? So let's say a cop pulls up to an accident, right? Only a little fender bender, which wouldn't happen in my magnets idea.
Yeah, you're losing me now, you better hurry up.
No, listen. So now all of a sudden...
There's 2 other dragons already out.
So there's a little fender bender on the road, right? Because when you get up there, you go, fuck, that was it! That's what I was fucking stuck in traffic for. Like, you wanted to see heads on the road. Like, you wanted to see... There had to be blood everywhere for you to fucking justify that traffic, right?
Right, my mind is starting to wander.
I would never say that, though.
I'm yawning now.
Right? Well, no, just hear me out. So you pull up. Now, there's rubbernecking, right? So now the cop gets out, little fender bender, opens the boot of the car, the trunk, and he takes out one of those things. But now, not only is it 3.5 foot high, he double checks, he folds it out. Now it's right, it's almost 7 feet. 7 feet high. So now what he does, when he pulls out that thing...
A screen,
right? He wraps that around the car accident so nobody can see it. So nobody can see the car accident. You can sell advertising space and that's where the cops make money. I mean, they don't need enough money. I'm talking about this for America, for Ireland, for any country, wherever they want to do it, right? And so now people won't be rubbernecking anymore because they'll drive by, the first year, right? They're like, oh, there's one of those things that John was telling me about. So now you go up and you see it and you go like, fuck, that's it.
it's actually not a bad idea.
It's a good idea, right? Yeah. Do you want to know what it's called?
Oh, go on.
The accident cover-upper.
Get out. Just get out of my house.
But isn't that a great idea?
Get out! We're done.
Idea? Would you invest in that?
Yeah, I'd give you a couple of 10, 20 euro.
Come on, think about that though.
No, it is a good idea. Actually, it is a very good idea.
Because then I said that and people were like, yeah, but then they'd stop to look at the... And you know where I got the idea? Wexford Racecourse, when I was a child. We snuck into the racecourse and there was horse racing, obviously. Because am I going to have something up there for watching just me run around? And then a horse fell and broke his leg, right? So instead of just like dragging him off, they dropped this thing and they put this sheet around him, a horse cover-upper, if you will. And they just sort of shot the horse. I was like, that'd be fucking great. And you can shoot the cunt who was responsible for the accident.
Speeding with a baton.
Yeah, right.
I like it.
So, all right then. Unless you anything say, any stories you want to tell?
There's a good one.
Go ahead, tell me then.
Good one.
Let's end on a good one then.
The best night out we've ever had.
What is it?
Your 21st.
Oh, fucking hell. Go on, you can tell it.
Are you sure?
Don't mention names though. Yeah.
Okay, right.
Can't mention names.
Okay, so
I can't. By the way, I was only a boy, 21 years of age. I can't be judged.
Excuses.
I can't be judged for this. But go on.
So let me paint the picture. Mick's 21st birthday party.
Can I just stop you before I don't mean to interrupt you? For everyone who doesn't live in Ireland, your 21st birthday party in Ireland is probably the biggest party you would have for your birthday, right? Like
absolutely.
Like in America, you have the Sweet 16. We have 21st. Sorry, go ahead. I pinned.
Yeah, even it'd be bigger than your 40th or anything like that. Anyhow, so Mick's 21st birthday party. At the time, Mick was in a long-term relationship.
Well,
what do you mean, well?
Off and on.
Okay, just to protect her identity, let's call her Valerie.
Rhymes with it. Go on. Okay,
right. Mick, being who he was at the time, had a little mistress on the side. Let's call her John.
yeah, that makes it worse.
John O'Leary.
Well, no. To be fair, not a mistress, because I broke up with this one, got with that one, and then I got back with the other one, and that was the problem.
And kept on staying the other one.
No, I didn't.
Did you not?
No, that's all above board.
Stop winking at me.
That's all above board. I was with one, broke up with her, and then I went with the other one, and the reason why, because they both hated each other.
Oh yeah, I know.
Really hated each other. So
yeah.
I left one, was with the other, and then broke up with that one, went back to the other one.
Okay, let's go with my story. It's more interesting. Okay.
And juicy. Go on. Yeah. But not factual, but go on. That's what sells.
So Mick, anyhow, decides to invite his mistress to his 21st.
Again, stop calling her mistress.
I like that. I like that. His mistress to his 21st birthday party. So tensions were high.
Well,
the night was going okay-ish. And then it came to the 21st kisses.
Explain what the 21st kisses are.
So, at your 21st birthday party, it's tradition that you'll get 21 kisses of 21 different people.
So you sit in a chair in the middle of the floor.
Yes.
Dance floor.
There'll be music, whatever music's playing in the background. People form a line and they go up and just give you a kiss.
Much like it is right now after a show. Girls just getting online.
Anyhow, so the kisses started and
they're only pecks, by the way. They're little pecks.
Yeah. So John thought it'd be a great idea to go get her man, walks up and wears the face off Mick.
Well, the 21st kiss was supposed to be saved for your girlfriend.
Yes. And she thought it'd be a good idea to jump in.
Just cut right in front of the other one.
And all hell ensues. Well, you can tell the rest of it then.
Well, there's no the rest of it. I was outside then, remember? And you and me were outside and you were trying to calm the situation down. And it was just me and you outside.
And your dad came out.
But it was like, we were laughing though. Like,
I was never as scared as your dad as that night.
No, but you and me were laughing though outside.
Oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden the fucking door burst off the hinges coming out to the car park. Come here, you fucking idiot. What the fuck did I tell you? And my dad just barreled towards me. Oh, fuck. I have to bring that whole night up again now.
I have a very bad memory, but I remember that day.
I have a bad memory, but I made up names and scenarios. So if you have a bad memory, you might just make it up as you go along. Anyway, so if you want to judge me, if you have any other comments, send it to my Instagram, Mick Thomas Comedy. So that was my first guest. Tommy, thanks so much for doing that for me, man. You feel better now? You're a little bit relaxed?
Nope.
Because I'm trying to get this since Monday. Nearly a week I'm trying to get it. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow. And, yeah, do you have any closing statements you want to say?
No, all the best. Safe trip home.
All right, cheers.
And get out of my house.
And don't watch 1917.
Yeah, and stop breaking my toilet.
I remember you also in my head for that. I shouldn't really end on this, but I will. That I went back to America. I was over here last April, and all you did is you text me, and I text you and say, "Hey man, thanks very much for letting me stay," and blah blah blah. Do you remember what you wrote back?
I think I know where this is
go,
going. Yeah.
You're never coming here again. There's all shit marks out the back of my toilet.
Yeah. But like, obviously I don't use that toilet, so it took me days to see it, and it was rock hard. I can't explain what I had to use to get that off. Like,
What a way to end the show. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. Tommy, thanks for coming on, man. That means a lot to me.
Bye now. Take care.
All right. Good luck now. Good luck, everybody. It's the Mick Thomas Show.
Mick Thomas is wanker.